Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten 774 here, bringing you the next video in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We just figured out that it is 10:15 in the morning, so hopefully Joanna is at the museum now. It would make sense, and we can find out what on earth happened when all of the alarms went off. Let's see. Aha, she's here.
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'm sorry about the theft, Joanna. It must be a terrible loss for the museum.
That's the understatement of the year.
I don't know if Franklin Rose mentioned this, but I do have some experience with detective work. Do you mind if I check out the crime scene?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
What were their initial findings?
Who knows? Right now, my priority is to get a move on this insurance claim.
I've got work to do.
Bye!
I feel like answering who knows to what did the police find is kind of a weird answer. Like, wouldn't you care more than that? Anyway, let's check out the crime scene now that we have permission to do so. It's weird. A red handprint and looks like some Maya glyphs. If they didn't notice that beforehand, they are not good at their jobs. Let's see. So we can talk to Joanna about that now. We can tell her about our really groundbreaking findings.
Need something?
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was supposed to go to Henrik with all my glyph questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
Haha.
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
I haven't seen Henrik since the theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
You answer who knows to a lot of things. Maybe we can go talk to the other people, too. Especially since, you know, Taylor Sinclair did say he had a bad feeling that this would happen.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
A fiasco.
Yes, your fears seem to have been quite visionary.
I was in the museum when it happened.
Have you spoken to the police?
I told them everything I know. I mean, I coughed up my brains right there on the table.
So, do you think this is linked to the thefts in Topeka and New Mexico?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
Oops.
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had a beautiful collection up there, worth a bundle, too. I appraised some pieces for them a few years back.
Wait a minute. That's where Henrik worked before. That's suspicious.
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
The Pakal thief's glyph message translates to, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world do you think that means?
You've got me there.
I'd better get going.
See you around.
See you around. Okay, well, Taylor's aware of the theft. Seems a little freaked out about it. How about Mr. Alejandro? Alejandro del Rio.
Hello, Nancy.
Have you heard? The Pakal carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
So, you were in the museum at the time?
I was dropping off the monolith agreement for Joanna, as I said I would.
Did you see anything suspicious?
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going. Whew.
It's odd that I didn't see you.
I was there on business, Nancy, not for tea.
I would love to get tea with Alejandro, though, honestly. I mean, come on.
Don't you care about the disappearance of such a rare Maya artifact?
That artifact was lost to me as soon as it left Mexican soil. So my friend Pakal goes underground for a while until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese, and several indigenous languages, including Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Johanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum like Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
Do you consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage, not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball, but I have nothing against him.
I should get back to the museum.
Goodbye.
Interesting. Well, so everyone was in the museum at the time, it sounds like, so anyone could conceivably be the person that stole the jade carving, which does not help matters at all. Let's see, we can go... Let's go into our little workspace. We've finished all of our chores now, so we can at least mark that all off. Oh, hey, no. Nancy, something's come up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission in the meantime, run through the temple activities to verify that all questions can be answered based on info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion on our hands when the exhibit opens, now do we? Be back ASAP. Thanks, Henrik. Okay. So Henrik wants us to go through all of the temple activities. And then before we do that, we can use this fancy machine here to analyze the hand. See what it's made out of. With the Krollmeister Spectro X. Cookie, Krollmeister, first time that Krollmeister is mentioned will not be the last time. Trust me, Krollmeister makes
Okay, I've got a graph of
everything.
the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance.
Okay. Compare. Not that one. And it will look exactly the same. Aha! Match.
That's it!
HGS. Mercury and sulfur. Or mercuric sulfide, for those of you who know chemistry. But Nancy does not, so we will go over to the periodic table and help her.
S stands for sulfur.
S stands for sulfur.
According to this chart, Hg stands for mercury. So the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
I just told you that, Nancy. Alright, well let's follow Henrik's instructions and go check out the temple. We already made it through the first level of the temple. Let's see, we can use our card. There were a couple games, though. Now that we have Sunny's password, we can play the maze game. Let's put our little card in. And his login was sjune, and his password was Space Baby. There we go. And just like in Message in a Haunted Mansion, if you hit M, you can bring up the map down here, which dramatically increases the, or dramatically decreases the difficulty of this puzzle, I suppose. I never figure out if it's better to use the mouse or the arrows, whichever one is smoother. I mean, it's still a really easy maze. I'm gonna use the arrows. I think that's better. It's definitely not a difficult maze at all, but just for the purposes of finishing quickly, it's nice to have the maze up, just as the map up for the maze. A little bit of a safety blanket. Certainly solvable without it. That's what I usually do. But hey, doesn't hurt to use some little clues and hints once in a while, does it? You really can't go anywhere else besides the main pathway in this maze anyway. Is there even another way you can go? Not so far there isn't, at least. Ooh, going into a green part. Ooh. With creepy eyes. I think they're creepy eyes. Yeah, those have to be creepy eyes. Looking out through the bushes. Da 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 da. Oops. Oh, so here the maze splits. But according to my map, I know I want to go this way. Stay in the green. Would have gotten a bit stuck otherwise. Then we go here, and then we go here, and then we go this way? Nope, this way. Through this little hole. Although the cave-looking theme that we didn't get to take looked kind of fun. Here we go. Aha! Made it to the end of the Jade quiz. Not quiz. Map. Alright. This game. I have a tumultuous relationship with this game. I always forget to write down exactly what you're supposed to do to win it, and then it's always just so frustrating. But that means you will get to see the joyful, wonderful experience of trying to figure this game out. If you didn't reset every single time you got it wrong, it wouldn't be bad. So basically, you can tell your little guy to aim high, medium, or low. And you can increase his power so that he throws it really hard or not super hard. Let's try middle 3. So he keeps undershooting it. Let's try high 3. Seriously? Come on, dude. Okay, high 4. There we go. Okay, so then he scooches himself back. Let's try medium 4. Oh, too hard. I knew it. See, and then he goes back to the beginning. That's the frustrating part. Okay, high 4. Through the little hoop. Let's try medium 3. There we go. And then I think it's medium 4. Oh no! Boo! Boo, you little guy. Okay, high 4. mid 3. Is it mid 5? There we go. And low 6? Yay! That didn't take as long as it usually takes me. So that's good. We got that. Back away. Back away, Nancy. We're done with the game now. Back away. There we go. So now, the only thing we haven't done on this level is the quiz. But like Sunny said in his notes, there's a question on the quiz that we can't answer at the end. And I think I already did that in a previous video. I'm gonna shield Zykor's wives. Oh. It's not Lady Zack Cook, is it? No, that's someone else. I think we already did this quiz though. Like, we know that we can't answer it. Alright. Well, that should be enough for this video. I'm going to pause this one here, and I will see you in the next video. See you in a bit, fellow detectives.